Right, so what I'm doing, I'm just right. So what I'm doing is we have no. tlTerm forward ready macOS for Catalina upcoming macOS Catalina. Right. Get the message, I think. Okay. So yeah, I've just been debugging little issues. I've been struggling with stupid little makefile issues and nonsense like linking errors, which is really a pain. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm actually fixing real bugs like that, real 64-bit issues, which is the fun part. Doc control at CP313. I haven't really used this really before. It's Visual Studio Code, so I'm a little bit not as fast as usual because okay, what's happening here? So there's a few things going on here. First of all, what's happening here? Look now, this is now a 64-bit platform. It's a brand new MacBook, but it's a 2017 model with macOS Mojave. I don't know how you pronounce it, Mojave, and Mojave, and yeah. So it won't actually let me build to 32-bit, but for the new macOS, whatever coming up, is going to be 64-bit only. It's not going to even allow 32-bit applications to run. So in order for TLex and TLTerm and so on, this is what I'm working on, these applications here. So in order for these applications to work on the upcoming Catalina, Catalina, I don't know. Yeah, in order for these applications to work, they still work now, you know, but the 32-bit versions, this is 32-bit. I'm not too frightened of the 64-bit aspect. It's, you know, as I'd expect, there'll be small issues. Why is my battery almost flat? It's plugged in. It wasn't plugged in properly. There we go. um, Oh, right. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Copy video URL. Let's start streaming. I gotta restart my stream here. Okay, that was a stupid mistake on watching work. Right, so now the size of a pointer is 64-bit. It's now instead of, and the arguments list is an array of pointers. But I really don't see why I can't typecast a void star to an int and just lose, because do dot command. So it's a bunch of void stars, which is bigger than an int, but the value is pass from pointer to smaller type int loses information. Yes, but I'm not worried because I know that thing's doing the right thing. So I still got my Windows laptop, it's right here. I'm just I don't know what's the most correct way to. I don't know if I must just disable this error, or make it a warning, or if I must change the way I'm typecasting. This is really small stuff, you know. It's really ironic, actually. You think 64-bit this big complex thing, but actually, our code's quite 64-bit really because we had it working on Linux 64-bit in the past. So the 64-bit aspect, plus I'm always aware of it, so I'm coding all the things that are most important are done already to be 64-bit ready. So the 64-bit is the least scary aspect of the 64-bit development. The crazy part, it's like this much work to get it 64-bit ready, or incremental work, extra work, and like this much work, just struggling with stupid things, like the fact that the TS of our localized conflicts with the boost, some TS somewhere in boost, and stupid things like that, link errors and other little nonsense like that. You spend like 5 times as long on that little nonsense, all that nonsense. Anyway, it's a bit weird. This code was designed, this little piece of code, do doc command. It should have used something like a variant. Maybe I should just change it to use my new variant. Or a standard variant, or a boost variant. Basically, that's the concept, yeah. You got an array of arguments, but there's only one thing using this. Like, this was this weird thing that was done once. Do doc command. There's literally only one thing even using this. So this was this finding files. So it's kind of like that's a generic array of arguments where it could be any type, and so it uses a void pointer. It's gross. I think I should just change it to use my new TC variant or standard variant. Do command. Actually, there's only one thing using it, so this would be a nightmare to change. So somewhere something calls this, and that's what I need to find out. Yeah, by the looks of it. Oh, wait. No, toggle full screen. Am I sure only one thing uses it? Actually, no, I'm not so sure. Let me just double check. Do node command, do doc command. Oops. An empty array. An array with one argument. Here's the thing, there's only one handler in the switch statement. So there must be only one thing even using this. Let's search for this. What I'm a bit confused about is that the only code I see that calls this. See what it does there, weird. It takes an int and casts it to a void pointer. So it's basically trying to use void star as a variant. Okay. But this code is doing the toggle full screen, not the thing. What did we see there? Select style set. That seemed a bit strange to me. .cmd select style set. So I know for a fact it's a 32-bit integer, and there's never going to be more than 4 billion. Look, that I'm not worried about. There's not going to be 4 billion style sets in a document. Okay, end of story. There might be 3. Okay, but still, this code is wrong. It's not quite right where it does it. I don't know why it says full screen there, because this has nothing to do with full screen. I may have tried to use it. Let's just check. Maybe I did use it for full screen stuff in the past. Right, so I'm going to change this to use my new TC variant. Okay, that's probably the thing I like the most. Alright, arguments are push back string to int, and that'll push it back as an int from the automatic typecast thing. Constructor blah 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 blah. And then it calls do command with an array of arguments. They're not pointers anymore. Ooh, this Mac is hot. It's getting warm there. Oh. Why so warm? Just from streaming. Or maybe it's the battery recharging. Yeah, it could be heat from the battery recharging as well. Okay. Alright, I've got a heater on here. I'm going to turn it off. It's going to be a problem. How do we see recent searches? Is there a... I'm not as fast as I like to feel. Definitely as I normally am. This variant. Now to use that, I need, where is this defined again? Oh, variant. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't variant, it was in interface. That's a bit gross, I should just make a separate. Yeah. This is the first time I'm even using this, my new TC variant. Okay, so that nothing is using, so it's commented out for now, because I don't even like the way this stuff's done. Likewise, this, I don't think anything is using it. I could be wrong, but I'll just let the compilers tell me if I'm wrong. And then that becomes TC variant of array of arguments. And I should just create an int operator, then I can just. But yeah, let's keep things explicit. I don't like auto this, auto that. I want I like to see intention. I like to see intention expressed explicitly and clearly in code. Okay. Do command a arguments. So this is the one that takes arguments, and that's it. What more do I need to do? I think that's all. Make release. My mind says there was something I'm forgetting. Maybe I include for the TC variant in the caller. Yeah. Something like that. But the compiler will tell me. Ooh, MB failures, no, that's really wrong. That went by so quickly. That is wrong. Who did that? Me. Nothing bad will happen. Because null is 0 and 0 is false. Which is what I would have wanted. What should the default be? What does that do? Filter parser, node. MB failures. Should probably be false. Let me just break there and fix this. So there was one little compile warning on that went flying by in amongst the 20 million other compile warnings, and for some reason my brain managed to see it. That's crazy. Right. It's funny how, you know, cross-platform programming, it's a pain. Like there's no such thing as cross-platform programming. It's a nothing works. You can't write code and it works somewhere else. Not in C++, but maybe in other Java or other languages, but not in C++. But one nice thing about cross-platform programming is, there's something also weird looking. Expression which evaluates to, I don't know how my brain just sees the weird ones. Anyway, expression which evaluates to zero treated as a null pointer constant. Yeah, like that is, okay, whatever. But I mean, that is a void star, that parameter. Very strange thing to do. Anyway, return null. Implicit conversion of null constant to int. Whatever, I'll come back to this. I just want to get it running. I desperately want to see this thing running just today. I don't care how many coffees it takes. I want to see this thing running in 64-bit today. If it compiles and builds and links, I ship it. I'll release it. Catalina ready, blah blah blah. No. Anyway, what was I saying? The one nice thing, even though it's a pain, one nice thing about it is you do pick up things on one platform that you don't pick up on another. You pick up things that are wrong in your code that you just don't notice on one platform for some reason. And then the other compiler like chokes on it, or the heat is in the top right, which is also near the vent of this laptop. So maybe I must set this laptop down a little, because I'm blowing the heat from one laptop straight onto the Mac. It's not helping the heat situation. But the table's too small to fit everything, that's the problem. Let me make coffee, but see what's visible here. Folder kitchen is visible or not. So, check the camera. It's a long time since I've used the Mac on a regular basis, so I really like having this new MacBook Pro. That lovely little thing I can then carry around. I knew this would be a problem. I was waiting for this. How are we going to deal with this? The web view stuff. I could just disable it entirely to start with, but just to get it compiling. But I can't do a release based on that. Let's see if disabling this stuff will get it compiling. Right, so we got a config file here, and I didn't do the WebKit stuff on Mac. Malcolm, my colleague, did. So I don't actually know exactly what's going on in there. I don't know if it's using some external WebKit library or if it's using one, our Mac builds. I don't know if it's set to use one that's built into WX widgets. But the newer WX widgets has built-in web view stuff. So that WebView.h, I don't know. So without WebKit, it'll be easier to get it to compile and run, but the preview is going to look like a disaster. And the It'll work, you'll be able to edit, but it'll look like a disaster. And because what it does is it falls back to some really crude if view, oh, that's something else. Use WebKit or view.h. That appears to be, that's the Windows code, yeah. So what I want to do is try to, if Malcolm's written code for it, then I can easily just use the WX WebKit. Because I do not want to try. Let's check out macports.org. Let's see what they have going on for WebKit libraries. If they have one that's easy to use and install, or if I can easily use, if that's WebView thing. Oh, what's happening there? Safari crashing, what? Macports. So where that WebView.h, who, where, what? I'm kind of hoping, actually, to be honest, to just skip WebKit entirely. Why not use libsec3 for the Mac? That's another good question. libsec3. But that's going to be a lot of work. Qt WebView. So that is what I want, but not in Qt. I want WebKit. Some Qt stuff, and that's it. Some Python stuff. WebKit to GTK, which is not what we want. Is it? Maybe. Who knows? WebKit 2. I don't want to drag the whole GTK in. Maybe it already does. I could look what we're doing on our current Mac line, but I don't want to do that. Was set up years ago. It's probably not the right way to do things, however that's doing it. Kind of weird. It's like, well, goes to a separate workspace almost. Yeah. I want to try just get TLex running today. That's what I want in 64-bit. And then if I can, yeah, I don't know if it's realistic or not. But I'll need to get the WebKit working properly. Or maybe if not WebKit, set 3, but let's go check out that set 3 page. macOS 64-bit. Still, that will not be a quick plug it in and it works, this type of situation. Would it? Hmm. Should we even bother with that? I don't know. See what confuses me there, because this already inherits from WX WebView. So if that's the case, then it should be easy. Because WX WebView should just be set up already there. So why doesn't it work? Because looking for WebView.h. Confused. But yeah, like all that stuff is set up on really old versions now of everything. So yeah, it just needs a clean look. Dying for coffee. WX WebView, include WX/WebView.h. Yeah, we should that now. There's a WebView.h in WX. Is that the same as that web view? Fire up the old build VM for Mac. Might have some answers. So let's look at this error quickly. Export target cannot pass. This should be something easy then fun. Yay, this is what type of things I want to be doing. Alright, cannot pass object of non-pod type through radic function wx stwx. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a wx string, and we need to export target line 133. Control G 133. That's brand new code. I just committed that yesterday. Okay, WSGC. I hope it doesn't start from scratch. I should be adding -J to multi-thread better. Okay, I'm just looking at this web view story. This 17-inch screen. This is a 13-inch screen, but it's a really good quality screen. It's really detailed, and it's a higher resolution than my 17-inch screen. And it's so weird working on the screen and then going to the screen. 17-inch one. Looks gigantic. At least it looks small. Now it looks really big. Now what's going on there? Section event handlers, use of undeclared identifier event interface language changed. Did you mean on interface language changed? No. How does that work in Windows and on the other builder platform? Sometimes you're doing cross-platform development and then you get an error on one platform and then you're like, how does that even work on other platforms? Alright, so it's a small thing. This is really easy. This is fun little peanut stuff, probably. But add handler, okay. So search the code to show that thing's defined. Localize dot. Oh, that's probably due to the recent changes I made. It's probably broken. Yes, I've made changes, substantial changes relating to this header. That's why. Hash include. I was wondering the other day, how many times in my life have I typed hash include? Anyway, okay. Hash include this last macOS to clash FTS members. Hash That is so lame. That is just lame. I don't know if C++ modules are going to solve nonsense like this. It's so lame. It, you see things like that, and the thing is, you do it in your own code to work around a stupid issue like that. And when you look at other people's headers and other people's software, in the C++ world especially, I don't know if other platforms are as bad, but you find that every single library has, and every single piece of software has layer upon layer upon layer of little gumpy, crappy workarounds like this for things in other libraries and other conflicts and other, it's all held together by freaking chicken wire. This is a 350,000 or 300,000 line application, and the entire compilation fails, if you move this header file 3 lines up due to something that, is not going to be immediately obvious to anyone else who ever reads that code. But if you go look at, you go look in the third-party libraries we use, then you realize every piece of software is getting done like this. It's flipping just held together precariously, just, and if one line's off, it's millions and millions of lines of included code, and one little tiny thing wrong there or there, and it all just crashes down. It doesn't work anymore, and I don't even know how it's the whole frickin' ecosystem, C++ ecosystem, is held together by chicken wire. I don't know. Warning, delete. Error. Section indexed CVP. Use of undeclared unidentified TS. But I just. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Again, this stupid error. I was initially going to just like mess around and get everything working in a sort of in a sort of throwaway style. But then I decided, no, let's just do things properly. You've got Git on here, and I've got Git there, and I can just do things properly. So these changes I'm really going to commit. I'm not just messing around now to get it compiling. This is for real changes. There's some stuff I'm going to throw away, like the way I did the make file. I'm just going to probably change a bit, but the actual C++, yeah, anyway, technically last to max 64 compile issue recaching TS symbol boost somewhere boost right. Tired of typing that out. Now we'll probably get 3 or 4 more just like that, exact same error. Boom, C-lang error, link to command failed. Library not found. Alex, WX WebKit. Yes, well, I'm not using it, so why do we even log? So yeah, the makefile changes are really dubious. I'm not going to. There's several makefiles, of course. Definitely not going to commit the Makefile changes. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're very important right now to get things compiling. It needs to be done properly. clang error linker command. Library not found. hdf5. hdf5 is actually on there, so why I actually port installed it. Opt local libhd. Maybe I didn't install it. Maybe sudo sh sudo su port install hdf5. I had some internet issues. Maybe this is one of those I didn't install correctly. Yes, that won't be found because it's sitting here in the wrong place. So we need to add there it is. -I. That must also be added then as -L. I think. That's really gross. These makefiles. Don't look at what I'm doing there. WCDBC, yeah, we don't want that for now either. Later we want it. Common libs, but where's it even coming from, man? Makefile that's shared. Why do we keep scrolling all the way to the right? Yeah, it's gonna drive me bananas. Let me see. Just looking for the -L WXWC. I don't see why. Path, push loops, to push loops. Oh, there's just add familiar. This thing is so close to linking. Come on, if this thing links. Alright, let's have a gamble. Is it gonna... Oh, I'll take bets. If it links, what are the odds it's actually gonna run without crashing? 0, 0. I don't have any faith. It's very close. It's very close to linking. I have a feeling it's gonna link very soon, which is actually quite exciting. Executable equals TLex. It's TLex, isn't it? About time we change that to TLex. No, let's not change. I got a whole freaking 60,000 little build scripts that refer to that name. Let's just do one thing at a time. Where's that -L WXODBC coming from? Ah, there. It's like hard coded there. hope so up there for a moment that it was actually going to link. This looks like the same shit we had earlier. C lang plus plus. C lang plus plus is correct. But there should be a line, it should say minus L libc++ as well. It's not using those common flags, obviously. So that we added, where was it? In dictlib makefile, we need to go grab. We added libs. I've forgotten where we added it now. This stuff when I was struggling with this nonsense. There, common C flags, this thing. Confused, yeah. This actually looks right, I don't see any problems. mklib equals C lang plus plus. All the flags lib minus O libs lib flags. Yo, it's like so close. It's so far. I don't know if we also have to add this to the LD flags. C plus plus. The arch is right, it's definitely using that. Let's just look closer now, what's going on. Only one symbols, final T's. From Standard vector of WX strings. Standard 1 vector, live C++. So I removed one of the object files because I wanted to check. I wanted to recompile the object file to just check what parameters it's compiling with. clang++, minus arch, minus standard lib C++. That looks right. Minus I. Oh wait, that's clang++ minus O. What's that do again? I've forgotten. Minus O3. Minus C minus standard lib equals lib C++. Is that right? Minus T is 2x29. That's not the thing giving problems. Everything compiles, that's the exciting part. Every file compiles. It's just a linker error. Just a linker error. Where's boost regex? It's not here. It went missing because of the weird stuff I was doing. Boost regex, if close is still, but okay, that fixes some of the errors. There's not even a lot. That's like HTML pop-up. Message box. Like this, if there were 10,000 of these, like I would think there's some systemic error. But if there's only 5 undefined symbols, or 10, then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. What's special about these? They all use vector. This one doesn't even use standard vector. T message box, wchar int wx window. Where is that even defined? T message box. T message box. Dual shaded edge. Extend wedge. I wonder if it could have anything to do with this. I doubt it. W curve in style W extremely apparent. It's more likely W curve const int and W window pointer. Reference from. Damn, that's weird. Oh, and look, it's just these ones. You're all the messed up ones. Yeah, it's just these ones that are messed up. These are the ones giving the errors. They're all sitting. The one thing they have in common is they're all sitting right here. That is so weird. But those are fine, and these are fine. Just cache node. Okay, those, I know, yeah, that's nonsense. That could be, those I need to make stubs. Maybe they're really not defined. Let's go have a look. Yes, look at that. So there's some setting precluding them. That happened the other day. So I thought some weird, terrible, dark, sinister stuff was going on. And it turned out to be something really simple, like just a bad hash if def that's excluding some stuff. Like that. Hash if def use Lua. This stuff has nothing to do with Lua, it's all quite generic. So that it's just mark that line number 1117. How do we find the matching 1117? This is actually probably going to be the simple thing. There are thoughts something dark and sinister is happening with linker errors. Every time I get these types of linker errors, I get this. Since I've started C++ programming, like 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, right? Every time I start getting those the very first time I programmed C++, I remember the very first time I tried to write C++. I got a textbook. Okay, blah blah blah. Textbook says, yeah, int main blah blah blah, printf hello world. Type this program straight as it is in the textbook or whatever it was. I can't remember where I was copying it from. Type it into ball in C++, compile. Get 6,000 compile and link errors. I don't remember why, I still remember that. And it's like, oh god, I don't know how to, and you don't understand any of it. It's all just Greek. It's like really, I just shut it down and left. I just, okay, I don't know what's going on here. Bye-bye. Go back to Pascal or whatever. And then, the next day you come back and you're like, oh, okay, that now I understand what it means by that. And okay, I see what it means by that. And you muddle your way through. But that first experience of C++, is just, I thought it would get better, but it just never got better. That's exactly, even to this day, 25 years, nearly 25 years of coding C++, that is still how it is. It's like, I get that same sinking feeling. I get these like really dark link errors about boost exceptions, and I think, oh God, maybe I'll never be able to figure this out. And you figure it out. Every time I feel like I'm not going to be able to figure it out, and every time you do, somehow. I've never had a problem I couldn't solve in 24 years. I've, I've never had a problem like this where I give up by, I've always managed to solve it. But every single time I get that sinking feeling like this, Lisa, like I don't know how to solve this. And I've never had a problem I couldn't solve in the end. So I know from experience that I can solve problems, but I still get that feeling every time. Um, the It's never changed, and the fact that C++ development is still like that, like it doesn't become easier. It doesn't become like, oh, the tool sets are also sorted out now that you just press a button and you don't get all these confusing errors. Still like that. I think modules are a step in towards hopefully cleaning it up a bit, but yeah, they're still not even standardized. So, and who knows? If I look at all the C++ libraries and the chicken wire stuff going on in headers, just to get things to compile, I don't even know if you can solve it. It's not even just in the headers, it's in the CPB, like you look in WX widgets and they have to do various things to work around bugs in Windows itself half the time. So you're often working around bugs in other people's libraries too. So it becomes this really interdependent mesh of intertangled chicken wire solutions that are just and then like every platform has its own similar mess. Not similar, every platform has its own entirely different complex mess. Delete called on non-final, that looks dangerous. Wait. Yo, I don't know why my eye picks out. Oh, I'm not even looking. Delete called on non-final. What do you mean non-final? It is virtual functions with a non-virtual destructor. I don't know what they mean by non-final. I must really remember to use the J option to speed up these compiles. I'm gonna make coffee while that's busy. Is this it? Is this gonna work now? Is this gonna bolt? It's so close. It's like so close to welding. which is very exciting for me anyway. But it's not gonna build. Is it gonna build? Why is it rebuilding so much? Oh, because I changed the core header file with 20 trillion things included. That's why, yeah. Let me just Control C and add minus J4. In theory, it should be a little bit faster. I don't know if the J4 has to be before the release. Make minus J4 Mac release, or if it doesn't matter. I see this Mac tells you your energy impact. Sorry, I had to laugh when I saw that. Energy impact. What does that mean? My impact on the planet? Is that what they're trying to say? What is energy impact? But I don't know if the word impact there is meant to imply like your impact on the planet. I certainly hope not. Energy impact. Energy usage? And, you know, damn it, another damn link error. Oh yes, but I know about these. Alright, so these, if it's ordered from stream, these I'll probably have to make little stubs for. This one is, well, I don't know. It just cached. I had to do this the other day. And I had a CVP. Getting these working is going to be a big pain. What? Wait, what? What's happening here? Why are they not grayed out? Because this is probably off. It's supposed to be off. But if it's off, then why is it not grayed out? Like, upload reader. Okay. 64. Let's just see if this solves it or causes more problems. If we end up with new errors, or if we have enough with one this error. Shit. We end up with the exact same number of errors. Why undefined symbols? What the flip? Stream node. Document stream node. It's really strange. Just try to trigger a force rebuild of both these two files. Okay, what if we take this test cache drive node to stream and we go to oh wait, this is the read version of the damn function. And that's write node to stream. Wait a minute, so what exactly is going on here? Test cache, the one giving a linker error is write node to stream. Okay. Why is this not defined? The make file defines it, so it should, that's fine. It's not defined statically. So code editor doesn't see it, but it is getting defined during the build. Voila. So now read node from stream. There's no end key. I'm a bit lost about the end key. How do we do end? This is really gross what I'm doing now, obviously. But this is only used in the ODBC and in this new server stuff. Okay. So you got two linker errors. The problem is, yeah, once you do the linker errors, then you got runtime errors. So this could still go on all night, even once I get through these damn linker errors. Read sort orders. You know, I don't know. It could just crash when I run, and then I'm gonna be sitting there getting depressed. Alright. T-Lua entry. Basic string. T-Lua entry. T-Lua entry. From T-Lua test. There's several different ways I could have solved that. That's fine. Oh my word, it linked. Hallelujah. That's really exciting. Now to watch it crash. This is the step where it crashes, where you have, and then you start on the runtime errors. Same as it was 30 years ago, 100 years ago when we used the first C++ developed in the 18th century. Right, so it immediately exits. But I can see why. It's not finding the dynamic library. I'm not worried. That I can just easily solve for now, but just probably just copying it. Because lib, then the data folder is not there either. I think. Wait. Definitely need data folder. Data. Git clone. Yes. Java bitbuffer.org. Swanage. TLex data. TLex data, is that what it's called? I just want to check what the name of this repository is. Oh. Is the stream working? TLex data, it must be TLex data. Why does it restream so all the channels are on? Oh, it's fine now. Okay, now it won't run properly without the data folder, so I'm just grabbing the data folder from Git from a Bitbucket. So I've disabled ODBC and Lua and WebKit, 3 things. Now it's gonna crash. Now what? Oh, it doesn't load the library. Oh. libdiclib.ilib. libdiclib.ilib. Library not loaded. Either it doesn't like it being in the same folder, or there's a problem with the library. I'm guessing it just doesn't actually. What the hell? The hell did library don't relate to it? Image not found. What? Hmm? Elliptic live data. I actually don't understand what's going on. This could probably something really simple because it's now years since I've done this. Hmm? Oh. The full library path. And also, libraries are always referenced using absolute paths, unless it fails to find the library. What? Source TLex. Oops. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. Blah, 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 bottom 6. Users David source, TLex, TLex. Let's just check that's the right folder. Yes. Maybe I need more. No, that should be right. I really didn't see what's wrong with that. This must be. I'm following those instructions. Dial the library path, not fallback library path. Still not working. Ah, W, wrong thing. Source, TLex. Where are they gone? macOS Python framework. Slash user local lib. Why don't I just put it in user local lib or something? Then I'll find it. It's not really what I want to do though. I don't want to solve it that way. Let's try it there. LD library path. Install name tool. What is this? Install name tool. Change dynamic shared library install names. Changes the dynamic shared library install names. What? Change it deletes R paths recorded in binary. For this tool to work on the install names R paths should build to the pad. Add data path. Serious here. Lib. Why do I not have rights to copy to user lib as root? What? Boom. Oh no, not boom. Wrong folder. Of course that's good. Okay, open to TLex. Still not working. So that doesn't even help. I also wanted to try something else. LD library path. What about show minus LD? What the fuck's loader path? I don't understand that. Install name tool minus ID. Almost I just type that loader path. I don't know. Huh? doesn't work. Okay. This is ridiculous. So that thing is getting annoying very fast. It's getting old really fast. TLex, tlTerm. Jesus Christ, man, this is shit that should be easy and quick. I don't know what's going on now. Come across. There's some bullet link. And then this. Fuck off. Yeah, I don't actually want to mess in that folder. Then where must I put it? Did find libdclib stat failed with error name equal to 20. Maybe it doesn't have the right maybe it needs to be chmoded or something. What? Library dial D. we're not loaded. This crosses Buffett, really. What? There's no such thing. No, love is just this. It's very... Okay, then... Wonder how it worked before our stuff. This used to work. It used to copy it into the third party folder. I don't know. And maybe I should just check. Maybe there's a... Hold on, yeah, some command or something. Declared. Hmm? Oh, the library path. What the measure? Yes, other post with the same question, but no answer. Right, no, the file is there. I don't think this thing works at all. TLex. Later path. Executable path. Path directory containing the binary which contains the load command. So no, that's wrong. Executable path. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, so annoying. There's no such thing. Obviously. No, it's already our path to the install nantal. Let's add our path to executable path. It's one of those. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So offset it's still not working. We declared that I'll not found in the executable path, but there it is. I can very much see it right there in the executable path. Minus error path. Yes. Oh, okay, left. Install nantal. Inside our path. Paths. Yeah, that thing is gonna I'm irritating. But the linking phase. So the linking phase we're supposed to minus R path. Okay, let's go to the main make file. Okay, it's forced to relink by removing the exe. Now we use it O2 minus L TLex path through grep minus R path. It's indeed there. Name later path lib diclib.dylib minus L. But it's looking for diclib under the loader path. Why is that? Because that is not right. Because I just told it R path. That loader path means resolves with the path to the directory containing the binary which contains the load command. Not ready for that. Wow, it's working. So I just had to add minus R path to the bolt. But critical error and an application configuration. How would that be? Using existing configured app path / application / TLex.app / content. That's why. Oh, that should work. Nothing wrong with that. This is fucking cool. But this isn't right. Oh, it is right. Look at that. 64-bit. Wow. Why does it say 4 cores? What is the CPU again? About this Mac. Intel Core F5. Is that all? You don't give me any more information than that. 2 cores. It's probably threads. Hyperthreading enabled, that's why. Okay. Alright. It reports in WX as 4 cores. Critical error unknown application configuration. This is really cool, but it's not fucking working. Why and where does it get this? Existing configured app path? It shouldn't use that path at all. There you go. App path. Using existing configured app path. Using search for that. Using existing configured app path. I'm almost there. This thing's gonna run. It has to run. Well, no, it doesn't have to run. License. Right. I don't understand why it's doing that. But let's. Setting up path. Unknown application configuration. Fuck off. It's not fucking empty on this node. This shouldn't happen now. Why is it getting it? It actually runs. That's the cool thing. It's actually running. But it doesn't show the window because that's not right. That implies what? That the. Let's just go browse that folder. Where does it look for the config again? Let's just show how it works on Windows. I never have to copy the config file by default. Nonsense. Config TLex. Data app config. Maybe I didn't get the data folder properly. So I only like the data app config. No, it's there. That's right. Correct. Source TLex. So I only like the data app config. What is it saying exactly? Critical error, unknown application configuration. Oh, there's an extra tlTerm in there. That makes no sense. Setting up path. It's this close to running. So there's probably setting up path read. So it does that. Setting up path, and it sets it wrong. Why? Because it's license path equals G is up path. And G is up path is wrong. And that's also wrong. So it's wrong already there. This code, this is supposed to be doing a thing. Just uploaded, just upload phone. Okay. I should have Mac. Upload was upload with left. Not /macOS. If is dev build. Is dev build has changed. It's probably not calling that. It's this close to working or to crashing. I don't know. Who is dev build? It contains this nonsense. See, that's now wrong. That used to be true, and now it's wrong. So how do we know on Mac that it's? What do we need to know that it's an internal world? That it's a dev build. Good question. What do we know? We just check if the path contains a .app, I guess. It goes. So it contains .app. Return false, else return true. That is really disgusting. It's the worst thing I've seen in a long time. Let's just do it. Alright. Yay, look at that. Oh. And there's the crash I was looking for. The runtime crash. I just knew it. But HTML preview is crashing, and that's strange. HTML preview, line 696. Let's check something. Why would that be? Because I know why it's crashing, I think. There's no WebKit available, but it should fall back, and it's not falling back. So let's see why it's not falling back. It should fall back to this. Maybe it doesn't. Line 696 HTML preview. Get out the way. Why are you sitting there like that? I said no. Okay. 696. Why doesn't it do that? It's getting there, but it should be doing that. Use I is defined. Let's just do this. Definitely thumb. And then the WebKit works. Okay. We're this close. Now it's gonna crash. It could crash again for some other reason. Oh, there is no such. Why? Or did I copy the wrong thing? Let's just go to the config file again. It could be I put this in the wrong place. So we force this to be defined, and we force WebKit to not be defined. That looks like a fine place for it. Now it's gonna have to compile lots of stuff. Like, we must do this -j for sure. Okay. I'm gonna take a while. Hello. Hello, and welcome. I'm late. Alright, and I almost have this thing running, I think. Or it'll just crash. There could be hundreds of other bugs stored. I don't know. I have no idea if I'm this close or this far. I don't know if I'm still weeks away from it working or 1 minute away from it working. I have to, yeah, the ugliest thing will be the fact that WebKit's disabled and I disabled Lua and ODBC, some useful features just to get started. Yeah, the make files are a bit of a mess, but the C++ is fine. I didn't do any messy stuff really in the CPP, in the source code itself, but I touched the make files all over the place and left in some gross ways. And now I'm in suspense to see if it's going to work. If it works, then I'm just going to tidy up some of the source, the changes I made, and commit to source control. Did I do it? Cool. Did I pull the latest changes? Yes, I missed it, otherwise I wouldn't have built. Right, so I just need to why is that all wrong? Probably going to give a compiler again. Damn it. What's happening? Yes, HTML window. Oh, yes, it's trying to link. HTML window. What's happening there, man? Maybe this thing doesn't exist anymore. Or what? It's a really old thing. Just public. But if it didn't exist, it wouldn't. Huh? I'm googling again. Okay, it's a linker error for this though. Maybe I need to actually perhaps it's something simple like it now lives in a separate opt local lib. TLex. Yes, the thing. Nothing is still here. Shit. Lab. I'm looking for the WX widgets libraries. I don't even know what they're called. Where the hell do these things go? Let's just check my make file shared. Opt local library frameworks. WX widgets. Yeah, they're gonna be in here. HTML, WebView. WebView is the thing you're going to want to use actually. That's it, there's not much else going on here. GL, core, AUID. HTML. I do not understand why this is. Where is this defined? In what library? Core base STC HTML. Boom, there we go. I disable that thing. Oh no! What is this? There's something weird going on there. And I have a feeling I know why. I have this memory of something in the one or two things that looked wrong in the code there. That could explain that, possibly. Code page 1252 is not existing on a Mac. So I think what we should do here is use UTF-8, put a key, and then instead of multiply to wide character, that's a WX string and that's a char. So we go from UTF-8. It's not UTF-8, but let's call it UTF-8. That. I need something better here. Not tlTerm. From UTF-8. What? And that's also not right. Anything, yeah, I don't know, that's the problem, I'm not sure. But I really don't know, it could be, maybe not. If it still displays that junk, then I know it has nothing to do with that. Come on. It's still displaying junk. I noticed something, wait. I noticed something strange. Also, install GitHub command line tool. GitHub can install command. No. That's also dodgy looking. Why is that going on? Okay. Oh God, just stop. Something so basic be causing problems. This, what's strange is I don't remember compiling this library. If I never had to compile this library, then how the hell did it even link? I'm gonna just do something here. Maybe the library needs to be rebuilt. But oh, that doesn't make sense. Yay! It's running. But we haven't even opened the file yet, so let's not get too excited. There we go. We can open a file and it doesn't crash, it's working. This is very cool. Where did my message go? First working Mac 64-bit version. Boom. What's this nonsense? That's very exciting, actually. But that doesn't mean working. Like, I could save a file and the file could just corrupt. I mean, working, there's a lot of... Let's try, like, add a change, close the file and reopen it, because that's the sort of thing that's going to break on 64 type of thing. And I was crashing all over the place. And I had to disable the activation. Let's see if my change is there. My change is there, that's really good. File close. So closing a document causes it to bomb out. So yeah, there's some nasty problems. This is not customer ready in any sense. But it's all at the same time, it's very exciting because, yeah, basics are working. Look at that nonsense. What's going on there? Oh, I don't even. How does that even happen? That's all inside WX widgets. Anyway. So you can't close without it crashing. I wonder if that's got something to do with the asserts I'm seeing sometimes on the Windows version. TLex language destructor error for object pointer being freed was not allocated. So yeah, maybe I must try get it building in debug mode, or else, yeah, I don't know. I must probably tidy up the code a little. If def to max 64. This is how I ended up solving that one issue I was having earlier today. A new max 6 bar. Causes an error of including carbon surroundage, which doesn't exist. Go away, man. Which we work around in this really slightly gross and ugly way. As carbon it doesn't include carbon 7 if this is defined. Doesn't try. It's terrible. This is C++. Everything is held together by chicken wire hacks like this. The whole thing, the whole 20 million lines of code you need to run the software you run every day, is just held together with precarious little hacks upon hacks upon hacks upon hacks. Little things like this. Anyway. Right. I don't know if this is temporary or what, who knows, but alright, so that yeah, so the most important things are the crash behavior of the activation stuff, the WX WebKit which doesn't work, the crashing when you close something. Open editors. It's wrong on Windows as well. It's actually a bit of a mess. Okay. That Well, first, Mac builds, we need some resistance stubs here just to get it compiling. Yeah. That's fine. Just to get this working on Mac 64. Which we add rotate spots, etc. Okay. I'm just tidying up the code a bit so that I can so it's committable. I'm a bit unsure about those UTF-8 changes I just made. So that we're not going to commit, alright. But hold on. Yeah, we're not going to commit. That we do want to commit, alrighty. Yeah. And that we do want to commit. And that. And that. How do I show only changed files? There we go. Oh, these also, I don't want to show unstage changes. That shouldn't even be staged. What's going on here? Let's do this. Changes not staged for commit. New file. Why is it edit all this shit? It was set once. Get reset head. started O, started dip, started diff, right, status. Oh, for God's sake. Changes to be committed. Why? I never said add. I'm not going to do this one by one. Get changes not stage for commit. Huh? Those should all become. They should be sitting here now. What it? Does could you set delete them? I didn't want to delete them. It's not the end of the world. It just means I must rebuild everything again. Look at that. Yes, store. And this AAA crap. Still there. I don't know how these got staged. I mean, I didn't do it. Alright, then we don't wanna commit the make file. Git reset. I don't know how this file gets there. Okay. Oh, that's the diff view, okay. I don't want to discard, but I also don't want to commit it. Unstage selected lines. Selected files by pressing return. No, I don't know if that's... So the index over here is what's going to be committed, the changes that are going to be committed. So we don't want to commit the make file changes for that change, right? There can't be only 4. Oh, Christ. But, man. This is horrible view. Get status. All these modifieds, some of them I want to add. Okay. Probably all of the TLex changes, or almost all of them. This is unpleasant. I need better tools. Something like Tortoise, it works well on Windows. It seems so random, like some things that changed got staged and some things didn't. I don't know how that happened. Maybe I edited maybe Xcode or VS Code behave differently or something. Okay, now I need to double check with these. Okay. So the subset of files is correct. That's okay. But now I need to double check the diffs. This is the first time. It's not my first Mac commit. The first one was from the command line. Okay, so these diffs we checked, and I'm happy with them. This is nice and fast. Okay, this I can tolerate. It's faster than Tortoise diffing. But this I want to hide the. I can probably use git ignore. Yeah, I can probably use git ignore. That'll probably work. I must use the git ignore file. That'll help. That'll definitely help. Yeah. Started dial-up. I don't know if that's right, it's a regex start dot. Anyway, it'll do. Let's reload. Do not shut this again. No. Why do I have to click twice just to open? I need something I can open fast, like instantly. Okay. That's better. So much cleaner. Now I want to stage git ignore as well. Okay. That shouldn't be necessary, but anyway. Then one actual fix. One actual code fix. Two actual fixes. This is also an actual fix. Okay. What's all this shit? Oh, it's just saying line is not valid UTF-8. Okay, whatever. Is it going to commit the words line is not valid UTF-8? What? What? I don't know. What? That's not a freaking diff. I don't know. I should just fix this. I really am. I do not feel like fixing this correctly. Hmm? Look, it's unstaged it. I'm crying. What's still bitching about UTF-8? And stage file. Stage. Weirdo. Okay. Let's try and stage it first. Go to the app. And same shit. Multibot 2 wide current. Fixes. Of course. How to commit to that? Now push. Right. Let's test if it builds on Windows still. Git stash and git pull. Git stash apply. Branch up to date. I don't know what's going on with this git story, but anyway, git status. Okay, and there's nothing staged, which is good. I don't know if I'm just wondering if I can make a debug build quite easily on, or is it not so easy? Probably not so easy. It'll be fairly useful. I don't see why the Lua stuff won't work actually, because I installed Lua and tlua++. So frankly, with a bit of apply for bin tlua pp, apply for bin tlua pp. So this shell script should just become opt local bin tlua pp. Let's try that. Opt so yeah, we got integrated Lua scripting in this application, and we used tlua++ as to help create this sort of glue files for just wanna open, see if we compare. I just want to discard changes from this file. Lua might be one of the easier parts. I thought it would be really difficult to get working, but it might not be too bad. DJ config did oh man, something. Lua. It's probably not going to work easily, but I think all that should. Oh, is the optimization level. I remember now. So we could try 04 or something and see if we get faster code with slow rolls. W's config. So this must come back into the common C flags. If we're gonna do Lua. Oops. And Lua libs must go back into common libs. Since when does to Lua have libs? What's that story about? To Lua plus plus. Off local lib. To Lua pp. Okay. Ow. Yo, I don't know what that was. Crick. Can't see what's going on here, man. Lua pp. One's a Lua and Lua lib. Okay. This is Lua 5.1 dash 5.1. Lua dash 5.1. This is gross. Oh, but this is includes. Lua 5.1. Local include. 5.1. Local include Lua 5.1. And two Lua flags. Nothing. What? Two Lua libs. I mean Lua libs. What is it? Lua dash 5.1. Dash 5.1 and one is L. Slash up local lib Lua 5.1. And the common C flags must also get Lua flags. What did I add those again? Lua flags to Lua flags. added the two Lua flags instead of the Lua flags. That's right. This is a huge pain. Okay. Tile the library path. Oh, it's fine. Huh? No, it doesn't make sense. This is not going to work. I'm 100% sure. I don't know why. I feel like my brain remembers making a mistake. $35. Hmm? What do you mean missing separator? Huh? Why are these becoming spaces? These are not allowed to be spaces in a makefile. Are you telling me that Visual Studio Code is too stupid not to turn tabs into spaces in a makefile? No man, this cannot be. It is. Wow, my mind is blown. It's 2019. Something is very wrong in software, the whole software development world. There are massive things wrong. It's 2019 and a fucking huge IDE by a big corporation like this does not even know that this is a makefile and that it has certain rules. You can't just turn tabs into spaces. There is something very wrong in software. The whole, yeah, it's been wrong for 20 years. Alright, make -j for this. I could probably speed up the compile by lowering the optimization level. And, anyway, this is gonna take a while. I think I feel like a break. Hmm? How did it stop? Error. And I can't even right click and open a freaking. Alright, left to that. Lower left, lower edge. Oh, look, popping one. We've been here before. I have this vague memory of looking at 5.1, I think. I don't know. It's not a trivial thing getting Lua, and it's not even the same version of Lua. So now it's 64-bit. I've got to get a newer version of Lua working. Thousand. Just conked out again. Declare open. What? This one is not. There's no such thing. Huh? Oh. Huh? So what is that exactly? Declare open. Declare Lua package. So I'm going to lower edge. Declare that package. I don't remember having packages. I don't think we created packages. These warnings are horrible to see. You can't make head or tail of let me just see if I can just temporarily not have that warning. If I go to the common C flags, you'd think I'd be able to find them by now. Oh no, there they are. Minus W, minus 1. Extra. Minus W all, that's why. The thing is, minus all this on, wait, minus W. Simulate. If all is on, whatever, let me just, maybe let's just take out minus W all for now. That's really bad. I must put them all back, but what? But I mean, that's just such a mess. I can't make it tell. I can't see the real problems or what's going on. That's gonna make this minus 2 for this. Yeah, so now I can see the real potential issues here. But I'll have to do something else. I'll have to do something there. Anyway, yeah, I think I must take a break. Yay. Should I take a break or just keep going? What am I keeping going on? I want to see if Lua compiles. If I can get Lua working. And WebKit, I guess. And then there's those little crashy issues. Now what? Lua GC set potential. Lua get garbage collection threshold. Lua set garbage collection threshold. Wow, is that disappear in 5.1? Apparently. That is not an answer. The function doesn't exist. Only embedded systems may require tuning. It's good enough on its default settings. Oh, I don't know if that's true. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna do nothing then for now. A slightly better way to do this than what I did. That change I made, if max 64, that has nothing to do with it. It's actually, it should be something like if it should be more like the version number, something like use 50, okay, and then in djconfig.h we should do something like, okay, or it should be use 51, I don't know, or it should be like use Lua version, and then, but I'm not sure how to compare the, so I don't know, anyway, no wait, I do know, yeah, let's do it like this, use Lua var 51. Must already, I wonder if there's already a variable like this. And that should be T, not a DJ. Okay. I'm not sure about the syntax of that. I do stuff like that with the MS builder. Oh, the screen is so big, the 17-inch. MS. Yes, and MS very good. Good to me. Okay. If right, and then those garbage functions are in where DJ language.cpp. So allegedly, it's good enough on newer versions. I don't trust anything a programmer says. Alright. Okay. Yo. Actually, if you should do it, lower equals 50. Now we wait. I'm tired. It's late. I think I'm asleep. Carry on tomorrow. I got what I wanted done today. I wanted this TLex running, and I got it running. But yeah, there's still some absolutely messy aspects that need to be sorted out. It's not ready for release for human beings. It's probably at least a few more weekends before it's ready for human beings. What I mean by that is, yeah, so I need to fix the WebKit thing. That could be a day. And the other crashes. Then I need to get the build scripts up and running to build the whole thing properly. I need to get the signing working. I need to do more testing. I may be in Europe by the time this works, because I'll be traveling. Language 69. But I want to get it working, so I'll probably put in like a few extra days just to push it all. Like a monster. Like, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna take the